Hi everyone, welcome to your quarantine choir rehearsal. My name's Ben, and if you're joining us for the first time today, you are very welcome. Please see if you can find a space. There's quite a lot of members. As I say quite often when we have new people, if you're tall, can you move to the back? Okay, to let people near the front. We have nearly 800 members as of this morning. I think, as I said yesterday, you're the biggest choir I've ever worked with. I'm wondering, can we get to be the biggest choir in the world? Shall we see? All right, so if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you're a subscriber, please remember, press that thumbs up button, give me a like. It's just a simple click, okay, but it really helps us. It helps move us up the YouTube algorithm so more people will see the channel and more people will come along and sing with us. We've got an amazing day today, folks. We've got some great music to sing and I've got some really exciting news to share with you. But first, just a couple of very quick notices. We won't have a notice board today. All right, I'm going to try and keep today's video a little bit shorter than they have been recently. They've kind of sprawled a little bit. If you go back and watch the first one, it was like 8 minutes. And yesterday's, well, I posted about 40 minutes of content yesterday, folks. So I need to concentrate on some of the things we've got coming up this week, including the upcoming quarantine chorus. As I've said, we're going to be performing or learning and then performing a wonderful piece by Mozart called Ave Verum Corpus. And I'll be talking more about that in the next day or so and telling you how you can get some rehearsal tracks. We're working with a fantastic group called Choral Line, and some of you will know the app. And so I'll have more information about that. I also need to let you know there's going to be another episode of Upwarming, which is going to launch today. And the reason I felt today was a good day to put this episode out is this is about an episode about grounding yourself before you sing and making sure you're standing and you're really feeling yourself connected to the earth and through that being connected to everybody else. And if you're in the UK, well, I mean all around the world, lots of people are locked in, but yesterday the Prime Minister announced that everyone's going to have to go inside. A strict lockdown is probably coming fairly soon. Now obviously my family and I have been indoors for over a week now. I think everybody's pretty much in the same boat. So this episode, if you are feeling alone, if you are feeling isolated, as I've said, as we've felt over the last couple of weeks, this episode of Upwarming is just for you. I also want to just talk about yesterday's song, Noyana. And I've had some amazing messages about how this song really seems to have touched people's hearts and their emotions. I just want to say thank you for that. It was a rather an emotional piece to record as well, and the extended version, I was working on it late into the night, and my wife Anna said she fell asleep to it and it was really soothing, and I just hope it brings people the peace and the calm that it was intended to, and it's sent with all my love to all of you. And just to say, as I've said on the extended version, which you should, if you haven't seen, go and have a look at it later on. As I say on the comments, we're all going to be stronger and better after this. All right, we will get through it. Okay, so we come now to a brand new segment, ladies and gentlemen. We've got no time for the notice board today because we've been sent some work. We've been sent some videos by quarantine choristers all around the world. Yesterday when I received them, I was absolutely over the moon. Anna will tell you when you meet her at 1,000 subscribers. She'll tell you that I was bouncing off the walls at receiving these messages and these videos. So I wanted to showcase them. And so I thought about calling this segment The Gallery as a little nod to my childhood hero, Tony Hart. But then I thought we needed a more grand platform to share this work. So in my house, I don't know about in yours, but in my house, the pride of place, if you do a really good job, if you get something that's worth displaying, it goes on the fridge. So please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, you are very welcome to our new segment, On the Fridge. So, first up on the fridge, I have two wonderful submissions, actually three from two people. My friends Sue and Richard in Chepstow. They have been recording themselves singing along to I'm Gonna Sing, and here they are. I'm gonna sing, 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 I'm gonna dance, dance, dance.
Oh, when the saints go marching in,
When the gates are open wide, I'll be standing by your side. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna dance, hallelujah. I'm gonna sing, 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 I'm gonna dance, dance, dance. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna dance, hallelujah. When the gates are open wide, I'll be
your side. I will sing, I'm gonna dance, hallelujah.
Brilliant job, guys. Fantastic. And Sue has been really busy as well. She's recorded herself playing along with Do Bing, Do Bang, Do Bong. That's fantastic. Well done, Sue. That's really, really brilliant. Well, look, both of you, you're absolute stars. You are officially the first people to send videos to this channel, the first people to take part actively in the singing. I'm so grateful. And for that, you get pride of place on the fridge. Here we go. Well done, guys. And I've got another piece of amazing work to share with everybody. I mentioned my friends, the M Gospel Tokyo Choir, yesterday, and a few of you have already gone and had a look at their channel. If you haven't yet, have a look at the link. And they are wonderful. They sing in English, they have a wonderful tone to their voices, they blend beautifully, and what I love most about them is they sing from the heart, ladies and gentlemen. They're just the pure joy of singing. Well, I received one of the best things I've ever seen in my life via email yesterday. I actually cried a bit, ladies and gentlemen, when I saw this. I'm not going to say any more, just have a look at this. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna dance, hallelujah. I'm gonna sing, 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 I'm gonna dance, dance, dance. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna dance, hallelujah. When the gates are open wide, I'll be standing by your side. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna dance, hallelujah. I'm gonna sing, 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 I'm gonna dance, dance, dance. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna dance, hallelujah. When the gates are open wide, I'll be standing by your side. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna dance, hallelujah. Well, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. Quarantine Choir has gone global. I am so grateful to Yuta and to Kyoko and everybody in the choir. You guys are fantastic. Let's work together on something else soon, okay? I'd love to feature you more on the channel. Now, if you're sitting out there going, I want to do that, I could do that, then why don't you get involved, okay? All you need is your phone or your tablet. That's all you need, okay? And what I want you to do, if you want to take part, and please do, what I want you to do is to put on one of the songs that you like, and it can be any of our songs, anything that we've sung on the channel, and this is our 13th broadcast, so we've got a good few songs in our bag, under our belt as it were, and I want you to put the phone in portrait mode, okay, so it's like this rather than landscape mode, like that. Have it facing you, go into your camera settings, make sure it's set to video, and it might take you a little bit of time, so why don't you make yourself a cup of tea or something stronger while you're doing it. Find your video camera setting and then press play on me singing along and record yourself singing and having a nice time. When you're done, send that video to me. Now you've got a couple of choices here. If you're a subscriber to YouTube, and if you are, thank you. And if you've subscribed to my channel, thank you doubly for that. If you're a subscriber, you could upload your video to YouTube and send me a link, which would be brilliant because then I can direct people to come and have a look at what you're doing, which would be great. Or if you'd rather not do that, you can just email me the video file to this address, send me your email, and I will feature you on the channel and your work will end up on the fridge. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just so thrilled at how this channel's going. Not even 2 weeks on the air, we've almost hit 800 subscribers. We've got people from all around the world joining in. Let's have more, please, okay? It's a big fridge, I've got plenty of room. Send me all of your work. Now, we're gonna quickly warm up today. It's just gonna be a brief one because we wanna get to our song. And our song today, well, it's a song for everybody, but when I was teaching in primary schools, I used this one a lot. I learned it from my mum, who was a primary school teacher for a number of years. I won't say how many because it will embarrass her. But she taught me this song. She used to teach it to all her children, and it's brilliant. And I'm doing this song partly to publicise my Friday morning live broadcast. So if you have young children in your family, particularly if they're stuck at home with their parents and their parents are climbing the walls, then get them please to log on to this channel, to Home Choir. It's 11 a.m, that's 11 a.m. GMT, okay, that's UK time, on Friday this week. That's the 27th of March. Just double check that. 27th. Yes, it is. Yes, 27th of March at 11 a.m. And I'm going to do a half-hour broadcast. Me, my guitar, a couple of toys maybe, aimed at primary school children. Okay, so today's song, it's great fun. It's for all ages, but it's a little nod to those young people. So, without any further ado, folks, let's get warmed up. Right, folks, well, our warm-ups today, they're going to be a little bit briefer than usual. If you feel that you want a really good warm-up, why don't you go back and watch one of the warm-ups in the earlier videos, all right? Or even better, go and watch the first 2 episodes of Up Warming. The second one will be up this afternoon. The first one deals with getting that deep breath, and this second one is all about planting yourself and making sure you're feeling relaxed and centered and ready to sing. So let's just do a little bit of rolling our shoulders around, folks. Just roll those shoulders for me. That's great. Get them up to your ears and let them fall. That's fabulous. Turn your attention to your neck. We're going to pull the cork on the bottle of tension that we're carrying round our necks. I'm just going to let it drain away, but don't pull the cork just yet. Just think about how your neck is feeling today. All right, think about if you're carrying any stress, any tension. If you've been like me, if you've spent a lot of time doing this over the past couple of days or this, because obviously we're spending a lot more time at screens, then you probably are carrying a bit of tension. So just be aware of it, because in a moment we're going to just pull that cork out. We're going to pop the cork and it's going to drain away. But I just want you to be aware of it so that you are totally in control of that process. And when you're lovely and relaxed, you'll really feel the difference, okay? So I'm going to count down from 3, and when we get to 1, we're going to pull the cork and you're just going to let that tension drain away. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, and there you go. And we're just going to let that tension drain away. And just take a couple of nice tall breaths and blow away any stress, any tension. Ah, lovely. Just shake your hands out for me, ladies and gentlemen. Just roll your shoulders around a bit. Just energize yourself a little bit. Well done. Okay, now in terms of warming up our voices today, we're just going to do some very simple little humming patterns. Okay, so we're going to go like this. With me. My turn. Your turn. My turn. Your turn. My turn. Your turn. Lovely. Now to ooh. Ooh. Your turn. My turn. Your turn. Great. My turn. Ya. Your turn. Excellent. My turn. Ta. Your turn. Well done. Lovely. Excellent job, everybody. So now let's get to our song today. The song is known in my house as the Breakfast Song. It was actually recorded in the 1970s, and I'll put the details of the artist that recorded it down in the description, but we're going to do our own version. And one of the lovely things about it, well, you'll see in a minute, it's a bit of a round, okay? So you can sing whichever line you like, and it will fit together, okay? And it's all about breakfast. I don't know what you have for breakfast, ladies and gents. I've been lucky enough to go all around the world and to experience breakfast in a number of settings and a number of cultures. And I think it's fair to say that breakfast in the UK is a very different experience to breakfast in, say, America, or in Japan, or in Germany, or in the Netherlands, or any of the wonderful places that I've visited. In fact, one of the most memorable breakfasts I ever had, just out of interest, was on the island of Ærø, which is a tiny little island off the coast of Denmark. And I remember a wonderful gentleman called Søren who looked after us when we went to sing there for a choir tour, and he gave me a drink of something called gammeldansk for breakfast, ladies and gentlemen. At least I think he did. It was extraordinarily strong alcohol, and I remember having a migraine for the rest of the day. So people's breakfast habits vary around the world, but we're going to sing this song, which is, I suppose, a more traditional Western breakfast. Okay? and I wouldn't recommend gameldansk for breakfast to anybody except Danish fishermen, okay, who need that sort of warmth before they get out to sea. So this first line, it's a very simple song. It's when it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade. That's how I start my day. Okay, and if you're watching and you're in one of my choirs, particularly the Thornbury Good Afternoon Choir, you'll know this song really, really well. Okay, the Bristol Choir will as well, but Thornbury, we've done it a lot. Okay, and if you're one of my former students, you'll know this one as well. So I'm going to sing this one for you, okay, and then you get a chance to sing it back. I'm going to do it slowly to begin with. It goes, when it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade. That's how I start my day. Fab. So I'll sing that first line, you sing it back to me. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade. And notice there is a little beat, there's a moment in between. I like toast and marmalade. That's why I did that little click earlier on, just to show where the beat lands, okay? So we make sure we skip over that beat, like jumping over a log. Okay, so my turn first. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade, everybody. And when it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade. Very nice, my turn. Toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade. Your turn. Toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade. Fab. The third line is the same as the first. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade. With me? When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade. And the last line, that's how I start my day. With me, that's how I start my day. Everybody from the beginning. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade. That's how I start my day. Fab job, everybody. Well done. So that's the first verse. The second verse, it's for those people who aren't a big fan of eating in the morning. Okay, you prefer a hot drink. So this verse goes, just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. With milk and sugar, just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. Okay, and if, by the way, if you are one of those people who doesn't want to eat breakfast but prefers just a hot drink in the morning, let me know in the comments, all right? Let me know what you have for breakfast, okay? Particularly if you don't live in the United Kingdom, let me know what you have for breakfast this morning, okay? Interested to know. Okay, so let's break that one down, okay? Just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. With milk and sugar, don't forget the milk and sugar, okay? Just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. All right, I'll take that first line and then you sing it back to me, okay? It goes, just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. With me, just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. Very nice again. And just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. With milk and sugar, just do that for me. With milk and sugar again, with milk and sugar again, with milk and sugar. So let's try just a cup of tea, and just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. With milk and sugar, just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. From the beginning, when it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade. That's how I start my day. Just a cup of tea, just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. With milk and sugar, just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. Fantastic. The last line goes, or last verse, I like egg and bacon and a slice of thick brown bread. If you have no bacon, then a sausage will do instead. Okay, I always like that line. So, I'll sing the first line and sing it back to me. It goes, I like egg and bacon with me, and I like egg and bacon. Excellent. And a slice of thick brown bread, everybody. And a slice of thick brown bread. Good job. I tell you what, this is the point I usually lose the sopranos, because they go, and a slice of brown bread. So just make sure, if you're singing that soprano line, don't worry about going down to the bottom. Just go up the octave, okay? And a slice of thick brown bread. Sing that line instead. By the way, apologies for any background noise on the video. Our wonderful bin men are outside collecting the bins, and I didn't want to stop the flow, so there's a little bit of bass rumble. It's just life going on as it should, okay? So this last line. I like egg and bacon and a slice of thick brown bread. If you have no bacon, then a sausage will do instead. Or, if you have no bacon, then a sausage will do instead. Okay. Right, everybody, let's sing through the song from the very beginning, okay? Everybody with me. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade. Are we ready? There's your notes. And when it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade. Toast and marmalade. Toast and marmalade. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade. That's how I start my day. Just a cup of tea? Just a cup of tea. That's enough for me, that's enough for me. With milk and sugar, just a cup of tea. That's enough for me, that's enough for me. I like egg and bacon, I like egg and bacon, and a slice of thick brown bread. If you have no bacon, then a sausage will do instead. Lovely job, everybody. Okay, so now, this is where the fun starts, and having said what I said at the start about the fridge and people videoing, I would love it if some of you would consider filming yourselves singing along to this video. Yeah, and if you have any props around, if you've got a cup of tea or a sausage or an egg, whatever you want to have in the video, that would be brilliant. Can you imagine a fantastic video with lots of quarantine choir choristers all singing this song together, all with props, all singing about what they have for breakfast? I would love that. So if you're able to send me one of those videos, remember, send it to this email or pop it up on YouTube and send me a link and I'll pop you on the fridge. But in the meantime, we're going to sing it from the beginning, and we'll go round 3 times, I think, folks, okay? And as I'm singing, if you want to sing with me, that is absolutely brilliant. I love having people singing with me, so you can sing the tune and just have a really good time. But there's another level to this. In fact, there are 2 levels, okay? It's a bit like when you play one of these mobile games. You know, there's the 1-star complete, there's 2-star, and then there's 3-star, okay? The 1-star version is you just sing with me, okay? And you'll have a lovely time and we'll all sing together. 2-star version is if you are able to sing at 1 verse distance. So when I get to the end of that first verse, that's how I start my day. As I sing just a cup of tea, you start when it's time for breakfast. I like toast and marmalade, and you'll get that sense of the 2 parts fitting together. Okay, that's a challenge. It might take a bit of time for you to get it. Okay, it takes practice, but it's a really good thing to do. And do you know what? If we're all stuck in the house, I think we should take it as a sort of enforced sabbatical and use it to improve ourselves. So if that would be useful for you folks, please do it. Level 3 is if you are at home with somebody else who's another quarantine chorister who can come into the room with you, and that you already know what I'm going to say. You already know what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. I take the first verse. When I start the second verse, you start the first verse yourself. I'm getting confused myself. I'll start again, shall I, folks? I'll start the first verse. I'll sing it all the way through. You start the first verse when I start the second verse, and we sing those all the way through. And then your friend, colleague, partner, person who was just passing by and can sing in through the window, can start that first verse. When you start the second verse and I start the third verse, and we get 3-part harmony. Okay, so 3 levels of involvement. You decide what you want to do, and of course, as it's YouTube, you can always come back tomorrow and do a different level. Okay, so can I invite you all, ladies and gentlemen, to be upstanding, plant your feet as shoulders width apart, make your knees nice and soft, make your back long and your neck long as well. Okay, nice straight back, a nice long neck, and take a nice deep tall breath in, blow it out, one more nice deep breath, blow it out. Okay, let's sing the song, okay? Off we go. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade. No, that's absolute rubbish. Hello, outtakes video. Oh dear. Okay. Well done. So let's sing the song all the way through. And when it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade. That's how I start my day. Just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. With milk and sugar, just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. I like egg and bacon and a slice of thick brown bread. If you have no bacon, then a sausage will do instead. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade. That's how I start my day. Just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. With milk and sugar, just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. I like egg and bacon and a slice of thick brown bread. If you have no bacon, then a sausage will do instead. One more time now. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade, toast and marmalade. When it's time for breakfast, I like toast and marmalade. That's how I start my day. Just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. With milk and sugar, just a cup of tea, that's enough for me, that's enough for me. I like egg and bacon and a slice of thick brown bread. If you have no bacon, then a sausage will do instead. Brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. Did you have fun? I'm sorry I can't hear you. Did you enjoy that? Fantastic. Give yourselves, everybody there, give yourselves a round of applause. Fab job, folks. Well, that's Quarantine Choir for today. I hope you've enjoyed today's song. Back to basics, I thought. Yeah, fewer fancy edited videos and just good old-fashioned singing. Now, later on this week, as I've said, look out for the launch of Quarantine Chorus. We're going to be putting up a classical work. I'll aim for one a week. This week, Mozart Ave Verum Corpus. So if you know the work and you want to come and join me, look out for that on Thursday or Friday of this week. Also, as I've said, look out for me on YouTube at 11 AM. That's British time GMT, 11 AM on Friday of this week, where I'll be broadcasting children's songs to the nation for half an hour. If it gets lots of enthusiasm and support, I will do a daily broadcast. I don't know when I'm going to sleep, but you know what? I'm absolutely loving this. I hope you are as well, folks. I'm so glad that so many of you are enjoying these videos. Your comments really help get me through what is a very difficult time for everybody. So I'll keep making these videos, you keep coming back, and we'll all get through this together. All right, so lots of love to all of you. Do take care, be well, and I'll see you soon.